Hey, middle schoolers, it's Miss Da Silva. I wanted to bring you the first video in response to a lot of the questions, comments, concerns that you filled out on our Google check-in form. So I'm going to walk you through those questions. And the reason I'm doing this is because I figured rather than calling each of you back individually, that if one person has these questions, then many of you probably have these questions. If your questions are still not answered, then please reach out to me or your teachers and we can do our best, okay? All right, so again, frequently asked questions from the counselor check-in form. First of all, though, I have to tell you how much I miss all of you. School closed so quickly. It was such a surprise to all of us, and I really miss just saying hello, passing you in the hall. I hope that you will reach out to myself or Mr. Gomez, even just to say hello, tell us how you're doing. That's what the check-in form is for. But you're welcome to email, call, text, send a message on Dojo. And I'm going to also post a separate video because we launched a counseling website. So I'm going to walk you through that website in that video. And so if you have not filled out our check-in form yet, then I will show you how to do that in that video. If you're wondering where that check-in form is, how come you didn't hear about it, ask your parents. I sent the link on Dojo, and I believe your teachers also posted it to your Google Classroom. So let's jump into the questions. First question, how can I get help with my computer? Well, first of all, hopefully you all have a computer by now. If not, then again, get in touch with one of us, but the school is completing pickups as we speak. So I'm hoping by the time you watch this video that you will have your computer already. If you need help, then I encourage you to ask, right? We don't know that you need help with anything unless you tell us. So please send your teachers messages on Dojo or Google Classroom. You can email them. If you have a friend that you know is really good at that stuff, then ask your friends. Please ask around. But we are here for you. Just remember that when school is closed, you have to give a little extra effort to let us know when you need help and what it is that you need help with. Next question, how can I stay focused on my schoolwork? Well, that's really hard right now. I understand where you're coming from because I'm here at home and it's really hard for me to stay focused on my work. I recommend that you follow a schedule, still keep the Monday through Friday. And of course, you know, your day is going to be a lot different than if you were at school, but maybe working like 30 minutes at a time. And when you work in a lot of breaks, and when you have a break, that doesn't mean, you know, just look at something else on the computer. It means get away from the screen, get some fresh air, get some sunshine, have a snack, drink some water, really try to switch things up. Somebody asked, well, lots of people asked, when can we go back to school? You know what? Unfortunately, no one has an answer for that yet. It's looking like maybe summertime or for next school year. But really, honestly, there are just no answers to some of these questions. And so I know it's really hard to have that mingling in your head that you don't know when we're going to go back. I'm right there with you. But when we know more, we will let you know. I'm bored. I know it can be really hard to be home all day and it can get kind of boring. The reason you get bored is if you're caught up in doing the same stuff every day. Really try to switch it up. Call a friend that you haven't talked to in a long time. Try to start something new that you've never done before, or something that you've been wanting to try. Watch a show or a movie that's like something you wouldn't normally watch. Just try to switch things up. If you don't know how to cook, now is a great time to practice. Stand there with whoever you live with and learn with them. Just try to do new things as much as possible. I'm concerned we might not be able to go outside at all. Yeah, I know. And this probably varies depending on what your family is telling you that you can and can't do. The most important thing to remember if you do go outside is that you just have to stay away from other people. We don't catch the virus by just stepping out and, wind coming by or basically just being outside. The way you can catch coronavirus is typically when you're in close proximity to somebody else, and it's passed from one person to another. So that's why we're keeping our distance from each other. If you're concerned about not going outside, I really encourage you to try to go outside. Just stand in the sunshine, lay down and look at the clouds, anything you can do, because fresh air is very important right now. A few people were concerned about, what's going to happen next year. I'm going to be below grade level. Just remember that you're in this situation with everybody else, and not just everybody else at Darnell. This is everybody else in all of San Diego and all of California, and even across the whole United States and other parts of the world. Pretty much everyone is having to stay home right now. So if you're worried about getting behind, you're going to be behind with everybody else. So your teachers know that, everybody knows that, and everyone, when we do go back to school, everyone's going to be doing what they can to help you be where you're supposed to be. But it's all going to be, there's not going to be unreasonable expectations put on you. Someone asked, will we have summer school? This is kind of similar to my last answer. Since we don't know when we're going to be able to go back to school, we don't know yet if we are going to have summer school. So you will just have to stay tuned and see what happens. Again, someone saying they're worried and scared about going outside. I would encourage you to talk to your family about what kind of boundaries they're okay with for you going outside. Walks are really important and good right now. So I don't want you to be too scared about even stepping outside the door to your house. What you need to be careful about, again, is just not being around other people while we try to contain this virus so we don't spread it from one person to the other. Are we going to get held back a year? So basically, a few people have asked, am I going to have to repeat 7th grade or repeat 8th grade? The answer is no. Again, you're in this situation like everybody else, and that just would not be fair for everyone to have to repeat their grade again, repeat your grade level again. So the best thing you can do is try to focus on your work and study as much as possible while you're home so that when you get back, you're ready for the next grade level. So this is similar again. Will we be able to move on to 9th grade? 8th graders, yeah, you're going to 9th grade next year. So be prepared for that. Do your work right now. Try your best to be on top of everything so that you feel prepared when you start high school next year. How do I join the online class? Your middle school teachers are offering everything through Google Classroom. So you should already know how to log into your Google Classroom. And if you don't, then feel free to reach out to friends, teachers, any way that you know that you can contact somebody at school. If you're not sure how to get a hold of anybody at school, then I'm going to have my contact information on the last slide, as well as Mr. Gomez's, so you can reach out to one of us and we'll help you through that. Someone said they're worried about how many assignments you have. If you feel like you're not keeping up with the due dates, then maybe you need to set a better schedule for yourself, and that's okay. Understand that your teachers are going to be very flexible during this time. So the last thing we want is for you to be feeling more worried about things than you already are. So yes, school is important, but I don't want you to be feeling worried and anxious every day about all of these things. And that's why I'm here answering your questions, because I'm hoping it eases some of this anxiety that you might be feeling. But if you feel like you can't keep up with the work, then again, talk to your teachers. You can send messages within each of your assignments on Google Classroom. So please do that and reach out to your teachers about any concerns or questions that you have. And just do your best to keep up. If you're late on an assignment, it's okay. At least you turned it in and at least you tried. And then the next time around, maybe you just have to revise your schedule, however it is that you've been working. But focus first on feeling at ease and calm before working on your assignments. I miss my friends. I miss my friends too. Call them. Try FaceTiming. Don't just text. Try other ways to reach out one-on-one or do a group chat. Talk with friends that, you know, maybe you haven't talked to since school got out. It's really important to stay in touch with people. We just have to be a little more creative during this time. So if there's people that you only usually talk to in person, now is the time where maybe you're going to have to switch that up a little. And if you miss them, tell them that you miss them. It's really important that we communicate these things right now with each other, because if you're missing them, then they're missing you too. And we have to talk to each other right now and support each other during this time when things are really confusing and just kind of weird. This is an experience that even us adults, we've never been through this before. So we have to be there for each other. Someone asked, are we all going to get COVID-19? And actually, I think I saw this question on more than one form where people were worried about all of their family getting coronavirus and just a lot of people getting sick. And unfortunately, I can't give that guarantee that none of you are going to get this virus, or no one in your family, just because, you know, there are people that are have gotten this virus that didn't want to, right? We don't like to get sick. But no, the reason that we're all staying at home and separating from one another is because as a way to not all get coronavirus, right? So please be responsible, keep your distance, only stay around people that live in your home. And that's the best thing you can do to ensure that you don't get coronavirus. And then I hope coronavirus ends soon. Me too. We might have maybe a couple more months of this, but stay strong, do what you can, try new things. It'll be over before we know it. We'll be back at school, and then maybe you'll be complaining that you're back at school and you want to go home. All right, but I hope it ends sooner than later too. These are ways that you can get in touch with me and Mr. Gomez. So if you need this information, you can pause this screen, write it down. Our email is on here, our cell phone numbers, you can call or text us. There's a lot more information on our website where you can get in touch with us lots of different ways. There's ways that you can click to set up an appointment with me. There's also a referral form. Again, keep your eye out for the other video that I'm going to post that walks you through the Counseling Center website. but please get in touch with us if you need anything. Okay? Again, we miss you. I hope this answers a lot of questions.